Welcome back. Nico and Tybu having to play in the lower bracket, some best of ones. Might have been a bit tough, but they made it all the way here to the lower finals. They want to try to prove themselves against this team again. The Llama Champions taking them out very swiftly earlier on. Let's see if they can do it again. It was the bumps and the air dribbles. I think that was Nico and Tybu's undoing. Really, Tybu and Nico just had no opportunities on offense, if I recall. And that's already devastating. What a save! It was so close. I think Tybu, maybe with a backflip, keeps the ball alive. Maybe not necessarily saving it. Oh, man. Going too far forward to get that bait boost pad. You know what I think about that? It feels so good to pick that up until you realize you're in completely the wrong spot to try to save anything. I don't know if Nico touched that. I heard the sound, but I don't believe it. I don't believe my own ears. There's Lev. Goes underneath Tybu, so Nico has to save that, but he's in a good spot to do it. Back over to KnightYuh, though. The boost situation for blue team looking worse and worse. Nico breaks free. Lev to Tybu. Tries to take that angle. Those kinds of 90-degree shots are not easy when you're moving at full speed. Lev just abandons the play. So what does Tybu do with it then? The other team was just ready to go, waiting for his move. Nico doesn't get the 50 though. KnightYuh powers through. In the end though, it's going to be pretty good here for blue team. Lev goes up after it. That's not the pinch though. He has to double back to save it. Nico and Tybu were all over it, smelling blood in the water. And he gets the jump off of the ball. I don't think that's what he meant to do. Here's Tybu off the sidewall, hoping to pass to Nico. Nico's here. Back to Tybu. No boost to finish that one, though. I think he might have expected to get a 12er on the way up. That would have been all he needed. Here's Nico with lots of boost. Gets demoed. That full tank, man. It is highly explosive. Tybu with the reset. No, he's lost it. Not for the first time today. His resets are maybe looking a little bit more rusty than usual. He slams it off the sidewall. Chases here for the shot. Saved away just barely. And Tybu was there again. Nico, though, will sneak that one in with a great angle. It's so important that when you have a good shot that you have to pinpoint, snipe the angle where the other team is not going to be able to save it. So Nico does a great job with that. Keeps it along the rim. It's not easy to... It says Nico's goal. I guess he did hit it the first time, but I think he might have tipped it with his tires on the way down. I don't think that was the intended play there. Boy, that Nico and Tybu pull ahead, and they've got the friendship here. KnightYuh is going for it. No, they missed it. And it goes as expected. All right, let's see from the pros how you're supposed to do it. 45. Gets slammed right about in the middle of the car. Hits center mass. That is that tip-off is 99% the front player doing all the work. The back player, they just hold boost, basically. You know, hold boost, and I don't know. It is really weird to me how every single, like, team does that tip-off differently. But ultimately, the front player is doing all the lineup. But sometimes I swear that I get hit by players and it's different. Like, I tell them to hold boost and gas, and I get different results. And I don't know why. I don't think the length of the car or the hitbox of the car matters. It shouldn't. It might matter for the fusion. It really depends. I think that when people say they hold boost and gas and whatever, like they wait until it says go sometimes, and that really throws things off. But it's just Tybu smothering things. Getting a 4-goal lead now. That's brutal. Well, the Llama Champions could have a second half like Nico and Tybu had the first half. But Nico and Tybu have got to be loving this. Must have learned something in the lower bracket or two. Here's Lev on the dribble, though. Immediately blocked by Tybu. He was in the air before Lev even took off. Here's KnightYuh lobbing it up, looking for the bump on the Tybu. That's so close. Nico also engaging, recognizing the danger. Don't think Nico had the touch, though. He had no boost. Oh, the setup here. It's going to go right off of the side of the rim. 3 cars go right past it. This is some great dribble play. That was great. Lev simultaneously dribbling it outside of Nico's reach, set up KnightYuh for some sort of play. Oh, what a save there, too. Lev covering the only place the shot could come from. Uh-oh, here he goes. Lev's already in the sky. Has the flip and everything. Not quite dangerous yet. Uh-oh, it's starting to get there. Ah, yeah, KnightYuh beamed it off of the net, gives it right over to Nico. He promptly throws it into the corner. That means any attacking ideas are probably gone. Zaya says, Tybu and Nico are too good. They are extremely good. But last time these two teams played against each other, the Llama champions smoked them. It was a 2-0 sweep. This might go the other way. Whoa! He gets one more for the good measure. We got a minute to go and it's 6-1. And they're starting to book the flights to Brazil. R-Crush is here too. He's saying the same thing. Do I think the Hoops tournament by Epic? Do I think in the Hoops tournament by Epic a main Hoops team will win or some pros? I think the Hoops teams are favored but outnumbered. So it's like in any given matchup, maybe you'd expect Ian and Panda to win against some of the best players. They'd expect it to win like 60% of the time, maybe. We'll just say, for example, that means the more matches you put them in, the less likely they are to be undefeated. Because of how much money is on the line. Yeah, jeez. I heard Nico clipped his fingernails. It's a big buff. Yeah, that's a big deal. I think was that another friendship tip-off? I think if you're the Llama champions here, you take every opportunity you can to learn something on the friendship tip-off, or at least maybe try to learn how you can defend against it. But yeah, so we've seen pros before. It's just a rarity. So it's like, you know, any given pro team, you definitely expect Ian and Panda to be able to just smoke them because of how important the reads are. And I'd hate to be the Llama champions right now, but like all of the bounces off of the net and the rim, the corners are like a little bit different. The ceiling is shorter. When you're driving back towards your half of the court and you're looking upward, they know where the back wall is better than anyone else, and where the rim is too, so they don't bonk into it. All those are like tiny details, but they matter a lot. They just get you goals if the other team doesn't know how to do it or doesn't know where they are. The friendship tip-off as well, like these tiny things, really start to add up. But you know, if you got to encounter like, I don't know, like 10 teams of like soccer top 100. Like, do you think you could go through that without dropping a series? I don't know. And you expect the matches to get harder and harder too. But I do favor them. I think they're going to be better than anyone else at Hoops. And it'd be really cool to see them win it. Did I ask Epic if we can get access to cast a tournament? That'd be so sick. Not that I know of. I don't think they have any interest in ranked Hoops. I think they might... I don't know what they think of organizations like us, but it's probably not good. Do we see the 3v3 Hoops map in Left's tournament? It really shows how narrow this one is. That's what I like about it, though, that this is like a dedicated 2v2 map. But yeah, Swaggles probably made that one, if I had to guess. Swaggles made a super early 3v3 prototype, and he's probably refined it since then. Mr. Swaggles has been in ranked Hoops for forever. He's one of the admins here. All right, we're going back to the block. Tybu put on a devastating performance last game. See if they can do something similar. That's got to be disheartening, but Tybu and Nico scored less than half half of the goals, I think, in the last series in total. So maybe they spent all their goals in one place. That was really fast. I don't think Nico was expecting such a speedy pass. And Tybu just sets it up here for level. He doesn't have the boost. He sets his own teammate up. KnightYuh with the reset. Gets a couple touches. It's swatted down by Nico. All the way to the ceiling. The reset. What can he do with it? Musty drops it to the front of the net. Nico bails out Tybu. There was no way Tybu was in a position to save that. He's going to send it sideways. Tries to land on top. KnightYuh survives. Oh, so many cars bumping into each other. Hard to tell what the outcome is going to be. That's just in. Where did the defense go? I think they both had the same idea to go for the boost in the middle as it's spawning. Oh, Lev. I didn't even realize how painful that respawn, or the recovery was. He slammed the front of his car into the corner. It launched him upward. That's like worst case scenario, especially with no boost. Tybu lets that one go up over his net. I thought he was going to go for some sort of long distance dribble, but this might be all part of the plan. There's two cars in the air and neither one can stop him. This wave dash, or was it a wave dash? I don't even know. And then just scoops it. And that is a powerful rim bonk. Oh my gosh. We got a nice close-up sound of the That's what we should make the sound more like a, I don't know. Oh, jeez. It's so brutal. Llama champions falling to pieces here at the end. Yeah, that's what we need. More than ranked hoops casting the RLCS hoops. We need some proper sounds here in the dunk house. Of like that stereotypical steel pipe sound clanging as a car bonks into the rim. We need a variety of sounds. I could go for that. Like a squeaky toy noise sometimes, like a 1 in 10 chance for squeaky toy noises. Nico's gonna rush back. Rubber duck sound maybe. A boing. Jeez. They are scoring from everywhere. It's a slaughter. Yeah, Tybu just blasts after it. It's kind of insane. I love the breakdance at the end, though. You get bonus points from me for that. Curry says, I think free hot access to the 1v1 tournament of Epic. Maybe you can DM him to get it for the Hoops one or co-cast with Feet. I don't know. Oh, with Fear, yeah. I've even casted with Fear before, so he knows. Wait, hold on. Llama Champion's on the board. KnightYuh resets. What is that? I was so caught up in thinking about RLCS that I didn't even realize what a ridiculous shot that was. That was really smooth. There might still be some hope yet for the Llama Champions. They can make the comeback off of a 4-goal deficit like 90 seconds in. They can do anything. Oh, that's a great start here for Nico. Side flips into the boost, though. Uninterested in continuing the attack. Letting Tybu take it away. He'll get removed for it. Lev. Into the ceiling. I don't think Tybu has a reset. He just has to very sadly go back. He doesn't have this either. The Llama Champions are pulling it together. I think that Tybico maybe getting a little too cozy with their lead. They're letting goals that should never go through happen. But it's the friendship tip-off again. Lev goes after it. KnightYuh just retreats. And Tybu, I like the idea. Try to doink it off of his car to barely level it over the net, because that's the last thing the defense would expect. And just maybe you could sneak a goal. But here's KnightYuh redirecting. Nico should be able to save this. It's not fast enough that it's outside of his reach. KnightYuh is going to have an opportunity. Oh, it's slow, though. Oh, he gets it again. Tybu's hanging out back there waiting for the boost. Ooh, nobody touches. Tybu struggling to recover here. Does land on the backboard, but shot doesn't go through. Nico trying to clear things out for him. Ooh, he survives twice. There were sparks both times, I swear. Love to see that in slow motion. He gets the double at the end of the day. But right here, there is for sure sparks, and he did not move. You can't have ones without Fear and Johnny, and you can't do hoops without Rolf. Well, they may try. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to try to reach out to him. Anyone know when that tournament is? I feel like if anyone should know, it should be me. And I don't. And I just need to remember to look it up. KnightYuh to Nico. He's got that backboard read down. Something a lot of players would struggle with, but Nico so far has not missed a single one. Nico's had some seriously heroic saves, though, in this tournament that we witnessed. I think it was only against this team. I guess against the previous team as well, we got to watch a game and a half. Tybu, oh, he doesn't have it from the ceiling. Thought he was going to have the jump straight down. And there might be something here. Just a direct shot, Tybu, right in the line of fire for that. And the drop down. Nico takes full credit for that goal. All thanks to Nico. Has nothing to do with whatever that is. A long distance clear. It's just straight in. It's 6 to be the Llama champions. It's next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right. Well, I hesitate to think that we're going to have a hoops tournament then. It's probably just going to be that. For all regions combined, over $100,000 prize pool. Yeah, that's what I heard. So that's going to be a pretty big deal. And then the week after that is like Christmas. So the 8th and the 15th, the 23rd, yeah. I mean, it'd be the week before Christmas. I don't know if we'll have a tournament then either. Christmas is kind of awkwardly on a Wednesday, right? KnightYuh to Nico. He's got a touch. I have to imagine if there's staff around, we'll do a tournament, but it's going to be smaller. I don't know. It's off the rim. And then, of course, you know, it's like week after Christmas is New Year's. I will probably not be around for the tournament before or after Christmas if it exists. The Sunday before or after, I mean. It's not FIFA or the Saudi government. I don't know. What's FIFA? I see what you mean. It's not all regions, technically. And the prize pool is higher in some regions. But I still think that North America is competing over like 20 or 30,000. And that's going to be good for the European teams as well. Like, they've been asking for forever for a European hoops tournament. There's definitely a handful out there that are really, really good. That just get overshadowed because, like, when they play, it's at like 3 a.m. That can't be good. You have to imagine they're not as focused as they could be. Well, Tybu going to be moving on to the grand finals. The Llama champions are eliminated, but they do get third place. Last week, though, so that might be a little bit disappointing because last week they got second place. But I don't think they had to fight Tybu. That might be a learning experience. I hope they are able to gain something, and maybe they can take that away into the RLCS Hoops tournament. Zaya says the 445 buff. I don't know what else. The soccer org. Oh, they did the World Cup that ended today. Oh, snap. Okay. All right, guys. Grand finals coming up next. That's a best of 7. However, 445 gets the game advantage for winning the upper half of the bracket.